disbursed 25 lakh rupees as the interim compensation to 57 families so far. Documents of 75 individuals have been verified. Madhiha is standing by with the exclusive details. Madhiha, take us through where things currently stand in terms of the compensation payout. Air India had said that 25 lakh rupees would be the immediate payout to tide over any kind of emergency exigencies at this point in time. Give us the breakup of how the compensation has been disbursed so far.
So there are two different payments that families of the victims will be receiving. Air India has started releasing the interim insurance compensation of 25 lakh rupees to families of the victims. The final amounts will be decided by the airline's insurers, is what we are learning, depending on the financial conditions of each family. So those who lost their sole breadwinner may receive more, while families not entirely dependent on the deceased could receive less. This means that payouts will vary from family to family. Air India is handling the compensation for the 12 crew members separately. So the process for the remaining 248 victims, including 229 passengers and 19 people are being processed. 19 people on board are being processed separately. So far, Air India says 25 lakh rupees has been disbursed to 57 families, and documents for 74 more individuals have been verified. The airline says it's actively engaging with the remaining families to release compensation as quickly as possible. Now, in parallel, the Tata Group had announced 1 crore per deceased, which will be paid from a 500 crore trust, about 50 crore of which will be used to rebuild the hostel building that collapsed in the crash. 50 crore will be allocated for treating the injured, and the rest will be used for long-term support for the families of those who lost their lives in the crash. But the controversy emerged over claims that Air India is forcing families to sign papers disclosing their financial dependency to the deceased in an attempt to slash compensation in payment. So Air India has categorically denied this, calling the allegation unsubstantiated and inaccurate. The airline says it's only collecting basic family information to ensure basic financial information to ensure that payments go only to those rightfully entitled, and adds that asking whether a family was financially dependent is a reasonable and necessary step in the process to ensure that payments to those most in need of assistance are processed faster.
All right, Madhiha, many thanks for joining us. That is the latest on the compensation that is being provided by Air India to the families of those who lost their lives in the air crash. Online fast fashion